Yeah, he charging his headset right now. Yeah.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the London Black Knights. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the London Black Knights. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So cut out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Rodgers now on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
And they come off a tough loss last week. And what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. But now it's third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky, his throw incomplete. Adam Shaheen was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's the home side to take over on offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Trubisky on third and long. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On second down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A gain of 13, it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 35.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 22 yards there, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Trubisky will throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And an alley to run. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
This ain't what you want.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Mike, check, 59. I'm coming. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. You remember me? You remember me?
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. It's complete to Jones. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Run defense is something serious. I don't care.
As they say here in London, all the play for as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, boys.
I need these 3 touchdowns.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because
bro, what kind of fuck-ass throw is that,
My
Mitch?
goodness. Trubisky
Mitch
picked by his
Trubisky,
former teammate
dog.
Adrian
You
Amos.
just hold me.
And he's able to get
What
it
is you
back to
floating
right
that for,
around the
nigga?
27.
Nigga, why the fuck
First
open?
possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Get there, nigga. That means get there. Fuck the bullshit.
On 2nd and 2, Rodgers, the connection made. It's Graham. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end, Graham. Packer first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Y'all want to add a DB?
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. Preston Smith there on the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
16 yards, a first down. Trubisky now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Allen Robinson, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
So that drive goes 8 plays. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a move.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. In trouble here, down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
They have, by the way, gone to the 3rd quarter now at Ford Field in Detroit. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Matt Ryan with 1 touchdown pass thus far. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Alert, 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 alert. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Working from the gun. Rodgers able to find Switzer. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. On first down, Rodgers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Now Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on what could be a pivotal 3rd and goal now in a tie ball game. Here's Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Trubisky readies the offense. Down by a field goal, 70 seconds remaining. They'll run on first down. Montgomery. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast.
No, I know it's a holding call.
And
no.
he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
I'm losing 13-10, not like that.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. No. And then people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Okay, bet that. He's coming back. We good. We good money.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Trubisky to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Right then. A big pickup of 38. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Hey, Charlie. Alert.
Here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. He's back to throw. This one into the hands of Burton.
Let's go!
And he will take it in for the touchdown.
Let's go!
Trey Burton with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest.
This count double check, nigga.
Or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards.
I just don't want them to hold me, dog.
Back to the 20.
Mad be on dumb shit.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Gotta hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you gotta worry.
Yes, sir. Who's that? Eddie Jackson. You gonna return this?
Picked up by Kyle Fuller.
We ain't gonna return it. We ain't gonna return it. It's alright. Let's go, nigga.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play.
Big win down in the King's Castle.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on.
I really played myself, dog. I had niggas on 4 verticals.
Had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
I motherfucking possession catch that joint. That nigga was behind everybody. He caught that joint and fell straight to the ground. I thought it was about to be a pick. I thought he was gonna get hit after he caught it. Nope.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back.
That shit gay. And the infamous words of Johnny, that shit is homosexual.
Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line.
Yeah, I've been over here pulling plays out my ass, no homo, trying to pull out wins. I bet that, man. I'm about to join up on the Call of Duty, dog.
I'm gonna pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. I'm gonna run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide.
Man, we got the dub, but shit. I ain't get none of my niggas to superstar.